Hi there, I'm Michelle from Fern & Quill, and in this product demonstration video I'll walk you through how to edit my seamless pattern cell sheet templates in Canva. If you haven't got this template yet because you found this video because you're looking for cell sheet templates, you can find this one on my Etsy shop, which is fernandquill.etsy.com, and I'll pop the link to the direct product in the description to make it easy for you to find. I'm going to run through how to access your pattern cell sheet template once you've bought it and add it to your Canva account. I'll show you a quick way to update your details across all pages and then how to add your patterns to build each cell sheet. So once you've purchased the product, you'll receive this PDF download link card. If you've bought the product, clicking this video is probably how you landed here. But to access your template, we want to click this link here. You can either click it directly and it'll open it up, or you can right click, copy link location. That might look a little bit different depending on what PDF viewer you're using. And then just pop that link into your browser. What's going to pop up is a screen that looks similar to this, template created. Just click view template and open in editor. That may look a little bit different. Sometimes they change that screen. Okay, and what you'll see is the instructions for this, but if we come to the grid view, it'll give you a preview of the entire document. So you've got instructions and you've got some header pages, and then you've got all of your templates. The difference between them is the first 6 set of templates are the copies that have all of your contact information, for like art directors or art licenses, and then the second set is the photo layouts are the same, but it's just redacted some of the important information for social sharing. Just coming back to the instruction template, you can just walk through these instructions, but I'm going to demonstrate them here for you so that you can see them while we do them. What we want to do first is, if I just scroll down to one of the cell sheets, you can see that there's a lot of placeholder text here. In this first section, it deals with each individual pattern or collection. And then the second section here, artist name, website, email, and the copyright text, that's going to be the same across every template. So rather than copying it across and entering into each individual template, I want to show you a shortcut so that you only have to do it once and then that's it. So we're going to do that by using the find and replace text feature in Canva. So if you come across to the top left menu, click File and find and replace text. What we want to do here is under find, we want to enter the placeholder text exactly as it appears in the document and then replace it with your personal text. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with artist name, because that appears a lot throughout this document. So under find, we are going to write the words artist name. Can you see how artist name is highlighted in purple twice? That means it has successfully detected this field. If we spell it incorrectly, it goes away because what it's looking for is the exact text. Then we're going to replace it with your name or your studio name. I'm going to put Michelle Marks because that's my name. And so we're replacing it, and we want to click replace all, because then that is going to replace every single instance across the entire document to put your name in. So if I scroll through, it's changed it. It's changed it on every single page, and that's what we want. So there are 2 other fields that I'd like you to update across all of them. The first one being website.com. So we're going to enter www.website.com. You can see it's being highlighted there. We're going to replace it with your own website. I'll just pop mine in for demonstration so you can see that it's been highlighted there across each page. And then again, we're going to click replace all. All right, so it's changed it. All 12 matches were replaced. So we know that it's just confirmation that it has replaced it. You can go through and just double check that it's worked. And now in this instance, you may not want to have your email in there. So I'll just show you what you can do in that case. So let's just pop email at website.com. And then if you just leave it blank, if there's any information you don't want, leave it blank and then click replace all. It's just going to take it out. Okay, so if you don't want your website in there at all, but perhaps you want to have a phone number in there instead or some other information, we can just change email@website.com with a phone number and then replace all. So you've got a few different options there. I'll leave it at I'll just leave it at email.com just for the demonstration. But if you just do a quick check across each one, you should see that your information has changed there. So that has changed all the global information, and it stops you having to replace it on every single one or copy and paste through across each page. The other section, the pattern collection name, SKU numbers, dimensions, and that sort of thing, you can just leave that because they will be individual to each pattern or collection. So we will edit that individually when you're creating your sell sheets. The other thing I want to show you is how to change your font color, because in this document I have used a dark blue for all of the font. That's my brand font color. So if you want to change that, say, to absolute black or whatever your brand color is, just click this text box, or literally any text box that you can find. But click the text box, come up to the text color changer, and choose the color. You might have your colors in your brand, or we just want to go for black or like a dark gray or something. Let's just go for a dark gray. Click it. You'll see that the change all menus popped up. Click all pages, and what that does is it finds all the text blocks that are the same color, and it will just change it to the color that you want. It's not a very, let me change it to something different just so that you can demonstrate it. So you see how it's changed the color of this text box, but we want to change all of them. So you can see, except where I've got images placed, you can see that all that text has changed to pink. So that's a quick way to bring your brand into this template as well. The other thing you can do as well is you can change the font itself to your brand font by doing exactly the same step, just with the font selection. So let's say we're changing to open source. We select the font, and you notice it's changed in that text box, but we want to change to all pages, and it changes the font across all of the pages. So your sell sheets now have the updated font. Right, so that's how we bring your brand to, this is how we personalize them so they look like you and your studio or your business. So they are prepared now. What I would advise is turn this into a master copy. So let's rename it master copy pattern sell sheet template, so that you've always got this done and dusted. And when you want to create new sell sheets, just make a copy of this file, make a copy, or if you're in the home screen, you'll find it in the home screen, so master copy. Just select the ellipses and make a copy. And then that creates a copy without changing the original, and that way you can edit the copy rather than the master copy. So if you make a mistake, you can always come back. So now I want to show you how you can edit the individual sell sheet to add your patterns, your designs, change the colors, and then export it. So I'm going to go with the 4 image template, and I've already uploaded the patterns I want to use for this. If you haven't done that already, just come over to the uploads icon, upload to files, find the patterns you want and just upload them in. And all we need to do now is just click to drag and drop our patterns into the image blocks, just like that. It will automatically clip your image into the text boxes. If you're not happy with the scale, you can double click the text box until you see the original image and the opacity is changed to show you where it's clipping to. Just resize until you're happy and then click done or click out of it. Now let's edit our color palette. Each page has 5 bars that you can use for color palettes. You can add and remove bars. So that's what I'm going to do for this one. I want to represent, because I have like a wintry version and then an autumn version. So what I want to do is represent both of those within my color palette. So just select one of the bars, come to the color changer, and then you've got a few options here. It pulls colors from your patterns, and they might be enough. They might be the perfect colors that you need. Or you might not find the exact color that you want. So what we can then do is come to the color dropper and we can just sample directly from your pattern. And there we go, that's pulled the colors from this palette. But I would like to have 3 each side. I would like to have 6 colors in total. So here's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to delete these 2, select these 3, and then just move them so that they are lining up with the right hand side of the palette is aligned with the right hand side of these patterns. And then I'm going to duplicate and pull them over, and then I'll change the color of those as well, just the same way as we did there. So now I've got colors represented for both the winter and the summer. You may only have 2 colors in the palette and you just do the same thing but just with 2, or you might want to add more. It's easy to edit. So now we just need to add our collection name, Trailing Florals. I'm so unoriginal with these, Trailing Florals Winter and Autumn. Hopefully you're a bit better at this than I am. And SKU ID numbers, if you have SKU and ID numbers, you can put them in here. If you don't, just delete it and leave it. Or you might want to put some other information in there. So I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7. Dimensions or other details. So I can put 3000 by, 3600 by 3600 pixels. You can add whatever information that you feel is relevant, or you can say available for licensing, whatever you want in there. Your template. The last thing is you've noticed you've got some space here. So you can put your logo there if you have a studio logo, if you want to, or you can leave it blank. Looks good either way. That's the versatility of this template. Now we want to export this. So come up to the right hand side and click share, and we want to click download. So this interface here has recently changed, I think as recently as this week at time of recording. So I'll just walk you through this, and hopefully yours has updated as well so you can follow along. Okay, if you're exporting this to email it to an art director, for instance, I recommend PDF. PDF is probably the best one to use in terms of file size, file quality, and printability. So we want to make it good, easy for art directors to be able to share this, to open it up, to print it, and PDF is going to be one of the most ideal ways to do that. So select PDF. Digital is fine because it keeps the file sizes a little bit lower, but while still keeping the quality. And now this is important. Don't leave it selected on all pages, otherwise it's going to export everything, including my instructions. So it's important that you select this page only, because single page cell sheets are what the art directors want. Okay, so just this page, which means it will only export the page that you're working on. However, just be careful. Let me just demonstrate. If I scroll down to here and accidentally, then if I share and download and go through that and select this page 7, it's going to export this one instead of this one. So if that happens and you're like, wait a minute, that's not the page I want to export, just come over to custom and just either select it from your menu or just enter 6, like page 6 or whatever page that you're working on, just to make sure that we're exporting the correct one. So you can click download there if you're ready to export that. However, you might be doing, let's say you're doing one of the social media ones. So let's say you're doing this one here or this one, and you want to export it, say, for Pinterest. So what we're going to do then is do the same process, share, but instead we're going to choose JPEG or PNG. I like PNG for quality. Often JPEG is a smaller file size most of the time, but not always. So PNG is a good option as well. Now, if you have the Pro version of Canva, you can change the size. So you might want to like reduce the size of it down. But if you've got the free version, don't let that stop you. I demonstrate on the free version to show you that you don't have to have the Pro version to be able to do all of this. Okay, so but what you want to do again is PNG and then either select this page if you are on it or a custom page. Maybe you want to export, maybe you're batching at the moment and you've got like 10 different pages you want to export. Just select the pages you want to export and it will choose that range for you, and then you can click download. All right, so that is how to upload, is to access your templates, how to global edit the information that applies across all of your pages, and then how to edit each individual template. I hope this video has been really helpful to you in making progress in building professional looking sell sheets. If you get stuck at any point, you are absolutely welcome to reach out for support and I'll respond personally with some troubleshooting advice. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting my business, and I will see you in the next video.